All right, folks, I've got the current, just been crowned FLW Angler of the Year, Andy Morgan, with me here. Andy, you come close a couple times, man. You finally nailed one down and took home the hardware there. Congratulations. How does that feel?
Man, it feels absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate it. It's kind of one of those deals you never really see it coming, and it happened, and I'm like, wow, it happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty tickled with it. Been close several times, and to kind of seal the deal is pretty sweet.
And that is one of the biggest milestones any angler on any tour can get, is Angler of the Year, and it rewards consistency over the course of the year, and it garners so much respect from the other anglers and from the industry. But winning the championship, a cup or whatnot, is also a really big deal, especially to fans and sponsors and stuff. What would it mean to you personally and career-wise if you were to go out there to Shreveport next week and also knock down that big milestone, winning the Forrest Wood Cup?
Oh, man, golly darn, that would be just sweet as sugar for sure. And definitely monetarily, it would be really good in my pocket, no doubt about it. But to do that in 1 year would be absolutely just extraordinary. And I can tell you, the AOY title, the championship is a lot easier to win than the AOY. And everything, and just because you have to have so many days that go so well to win the Angler of the Year, instead of 4 really good days of fishing, which will win the championship for you. Basically, we have 6 events, so it takes 24 good days of fishing to win Angler of the Year, basically. So, mathematically, the championship is a lot easier to win, but the championship pays a lot more money. And if I had to have one or the other, I want them both, don't get me wrong, but if I had to have one or the other, I'd like to take the championship, just on a monetary standpoint.
Yeah.
But to win both would be just incredible. I mean, like I said, this has really snuck up on me. I had some good tournaments this year, and it just fell my way.
Did you get to sneak over to the Red River before the off limits and take a look around at all?
I did, and I'm not a big fan of going and pre-practicing. I've been a lot of places. Some places I've never been, just like Grand Lake this year. I've never seen Grand Lake. I actually didn't hardly know anybody that had been to Grand Lake and fished very much. Pre-practice can get you on a lot of bad ideas. Preconceived ideas in bass fishing are basically in the hunting world too. Anything in the wildlife, preconceived ideas are usually bad. You have to go on the conditions, and they change, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, of course. But in a summertime deal where you're going in and the conditions are pretty much the same every day, it's just hot. Some days it rains, and most other days it's hot. Fishing really doesn't change that much. So if you're going to pre-practice for a tournament, summertime, it's the time to do that. But still, I'm not a great big fan of that. But I did go and run around in some unfamiliar water and actually just figure out how to navigate. That was the main idea for me to go to the Red River early.
Yeah, and that seems to be the biggest benefit you draw from going, especially to a fishery like that, that's so spread out and I guess so many different backwaters. You got to idle in and out, try to find your way around, I suppose.
Absolutely, there's no question about it. Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to conserve time. If I don't know an area and I come blasting in there and run over something, I mean, that's just plumb dumb on my part. But if you go down there and learn the water and you learn how to run in those areas, you can dodge that treacherous stuff. You can get in and out of there without destroying your day, that's for sure. And it saves you time. It's all about raising that clock.
Yeah. And that gets back to that good equipment and that old E-Tech you got there on the back of your boat, too.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I mean, it's all about, even all the way down to your Apple, it's all about being efficient. My E-Tech, it's one of these deals. If you don't get to the weigh-in and you don't get to your fishing area, you're not going to have a very successful day in the tournament world.
Right.
So, and that's a big part of being Angler of the Year this year. I had no technical difficulty whatsoever, and I've had a lot of good years where I've been in the top 10 in the points. And I have to attest, a lot of that goes back to my E-Tech, there's no question. I make it back to the weight. Not only am I efficient, I'm lighter than a lot of the competition out there. I'm about 100 pounds lighter. I can get up on pad faster. I run a 21 XRS bullet, which is a very efficient boat. You put the E-Tech on there, you're talking about a very efficient and quick package. And I mean, it's very little maintenance. 3 years, no maintenance, 300 hours, no oil changes. You know, that's really good for a professional fisherman or a fisherman for just a weekend angler. Takes a lot of worry out of it. Go put gas in it, turn the key, it starts, you go fishing, and you get back to your lake. That's kind of the way the game's played.
And when you were standing there holding that Angler of the Year trophy on stage, and I was watching the weigh-in via internet, I thought that was the quote of the week when you said, you know, if you don't get back to the weigh-in, you're not going to win Angler of the Year. You got to make it back to the weigh-in. You know?
You know, I'm from the country. I'm just an old country folk, ain't no doubt. And that's as simple as it gets. If you don't make it back the way you finish, guess what? You ain't getting no, you ain't getting no points. You ain't getting no money. You ain't getting paid.
Well, let's talk about how you're going to get paid over there on the Red River. Let's think about techniques and lures and tactics and things like that. And, you know, people look at the Red River and they look at the calendar. It's August. Like you say, it's hot. It doesn't change a lot day to day. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's just a pretty narrow menu of options that are going to pay off pretty much. You know what they are. You know, you got the square bill. You got your flipping deal. Do you have any other oddball ideas, though, that you think you might have to yourself that the rest of the field will overlook that might give you an advantage, or are you just going to go out there and keep that flipping stick in the hand and just stick with the basic tactics?
You know, it's funny, and I think you've heard one of my interviews before. It's not. It was a great reinvent the wheel. You said it already. You know, you got that river system. It's hot. It's August. I mean, you know, it's going to be a cranking, just like you said, a square bill. It could be a spinner bait, your basic top waters, your buzz bait, frogs, and some type of flipping apparatus. And, you know, that's pretty much what it's going to be. It's the Red River. It's hot. It's a river system. It depends on the current flow. You know, pretty big rainstorm I've been noticing out west there the last 4 or 5 days. I don't know if we're going to get some runoff from that. If we do, it could muddy that main river up. There could be some things we're going to have to bob the weave on. But it's going to be basic river fishing. And, you know, just like you said, square bill, flipping, spare bait, top water. I don't think there's any really sneaky technique to get thrown in there. I couldn't be surprised, but I would be surprised if I was surprised.
Right? Yes or no. And thinking about that, you know, like I said, a Red River, you got the water coming in from way out west, and it runs way on down into the Mississippi and all that. That's a big old sprawling fishery, and they're giving you all the run of 3 different pools. You got a couple of locks in there that you can gamble on, and you can spread out and run a little bit. Now, you know, that being said, there's a chance for a guy to separate himself, you know, physically as well as on the leaderboard if he wants to make those long runs. Speak to me about your confidence in that E-Tech and how that gives you the confidence to make those bold moves if and when you feel that's necessary.
Yeah, you know what, and to be just brutally honest, I never even considered ever not getting back to the weigh-in. I mean, I don't want to go out there in a piece of equipment, boat or motor, that I'm scared of. Because that messes with your mind. And I guess that's probably why I've been very successful in my career is I never fear that. I mean, I've really never had any trouble, so it never really enters my mind and plays into my day. If I think I've got to go to pool 3 on the bottom end of pool 3 to win, to make some money, to catch some fish, I'm going. I mean, I don't ever consider, you know, something coming apart or running out of gas. You know, I have confidence in my equipment. If I think I can go down there and catch an extra 3 pounds, heck, I'm going. I'm not, and that's completely out of the equation for me. So 100% confidence in your equipment and being confident in your fishing area is pretty much the same. Go for it.
And you mentioned running down there maybe to catch an extra 3 pounds. This is going to be a tight tournament. It sounds like a pretty low weight tournament. 3 pounds could make a big difference.
Yes, if you weigh in 9 or you weigh in 12 pounds a day, more than likely, if you weigh 12 pounds a day, you will hoist the trophy above your head.
All right, well, Andy, you know what it takes to win Angler of the Year. You've done it, and we're going to wish you the best of luck on nailing down this big cup tournament and getting that title next week. Stay cool out there, and I'm going to catch up with you out there after the weigh-in some and see how things go for you on the water, buddy. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy.